on, and it's Mini on his way, wrapping around. He'll be contesting with Boaster. Boaster is still able to sit in this position. There'll be stars online late, and so the time is very much an issue. You can't allow them to run that clock down lower, but as they go for the fights, they lose everything with Boaster tying this, now occupying them, but they're avoiding him completely. A flash in for the reinitiation. It's decent at least for the one-to-one trade, but a couple pistols on the side of FNATIC. They won't be afraid to lose a player or two. Still perfectly capable of going for those duels. In fact, Chronicle takes out the Classic and takes out most correct. Now, Chronicle's had some crazy games. He's going to need a crazy round by the looks of things. Alpha Year's lost his life in mid immediately. And it looks like a quick adaptation. The stun on the back of the drone's contact for Paranoia to slow. Zipan spots some time, has a smoke, gives himself that little angle, knows the first is a decoy, steps on his right. He's not heard them though. Kayak able to swing through and take the kill for free. A 4v4 with the A site plant seemingly guaranteed at this point. The smokes up top will keep mates back, and still two players in mid. They'll want to group up. Oh, that could have been a disaster.
Looking to get into that after bomb.
Spike planted.
So we'll eventually have... There's been a couple of opportunities here, but in the end it's Boaster to put the advantage with that attack side. Kayak still aggressive, dancing perfectly around the bullets. The drone will spot out where he is, but it doesn't seem to matter. He's so patient with it, doesn't panic in any of these scenarios. And while the panic has set in for Gentlemates, realizing that holding onto these guns is far more important than anything else.
One enemy remaining.
Or not,
man.
or not.
He's...
Well, I feel like we're going to be looking at... Click! There you go, we were looking at Click.
Yeah, for just a second.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a big swing from Zipan. He had a chance to drop one, maybe even get out for free, but he's caught, punished, and FNATIC will now set their sights on A yet again. The drone clears everything. The dash onto site gets the backside control with a grab well and smoke to ensure that no one can get through. At this point, mates, you got one player with a rifle, Cadavra, who should probably be considering the save. The rest of the squad can do as they like. Indeed, the rest of the squad is now just Robbie BK. And he's on his way to the spawn where he's about to have a nasty surprise. Boaster
Exceeded every single round and getting into a post-plant scenario. All of them looking to try and build up from the corner. There's a crossfire holding. They're trying to clear out, but will they expect a second? No, they won't. Kayak with a clean double. And look at those post-plant players already just sitting back. The aggressive work has been done. Now they have to try and clear out all of the, well, the classic FNATIC, the rat FNATIC, sat back with every single piece of utility you could ever desire. And if that's not enough, you got Chronicle with an op.
This one is done. Same old stairs, same old position. He'll sit there, pop down the stars. You hear them there. There's the stun. Grab well, everything. Gate crash is needed to get out for Mini. No contention of the site. Then Kayak goes in, pops the shorty on the back of the Hunter's Fury, gets the kill, and mates are left again on the back foot. Two back feet.
Yeah, it's going from bad to worse. Click wanting to try and make his presence known, but ends up basically ending the round in its tracks. And
backs out. The drone sent him scared.
oh, Kayak scared though! He pop flashes himself in and takes two down. They're not even getting out of their own spawn at this stage. Finally, they've managed to at least take down the double duelist, but as said, you get rid of the double duelist.
One enemy remaining.
I'm sorry, what? I was gonna say, you have to deal with the post plant. The post plant this round, he's missed them just about. He's still wrapping in from behind, but it seems like he's given the information over to the rest of the team. Zipan now has, well, he thought he had them boxed, but instead, he was the one trapped in. And in fact, utility being expended, but Alpha yet to go over the top. You thought the FNATIC were trapped. It turns out it was the other side that was trapped. Finally, Chronic, yeah, he's gonna... No, it was Cypher on that one.
Oh, wait, it was the Cypher restart. Oh, it was the Camp Breeze, yes.
Well, okay. Opening pick has gone their way. Boaster is venturing way too far from the nest. He's got to be careful.
That's not the spawn, Boaster!
He's just walked through. He's just walked through. Kayak has walked through.
What?
Yeah, that's not a decoy. That is actually Kayak. He is on the top of the site. He's going to take down two. He still doesn't realize that Mini's at the front. This is a very weird round. Oh, he's just pulling out style points. He's going to get a plant down on the A site again, if he wants to. Guys,
will this be the first A site plant we've seen, Tom?
I'll have to ask Kukuka for the stats.
We'll have to get the stats up after the game. 10 seconds.
Run it back hasn't come back online.
We need them back to figure it out.
Spike planted.
Okay, both going up rope, both into heaven, sticking it together. From Mate's perspective, they're doing the right thing. They've grouped up, they're making the retake. They've already made it to the spike, but the problem here, man, you're certain that this squad is on the other side. You're certain that they're playing this towards main, and in fact, they're not. There we go. They've denied Cadaver the defuse, and Click assumes Boaster must be in the spawn. Not on this map, but
No.
it's a bit of a different vibe here. I have to be honest with you. Big push coming out from Mates. They get one, and Chronicle shows us the same face he's brought to that stage all month long. 11th round seeming certain with the Blade Storm online yet again, but it won't find its mark. Zipan steps up, 25 HP. Robbie BK's in there. Mates, finally, it seems, have found the solution. Now, the last guy, they might suspect this. He's in the spawn. Actually, Cadaver just heard him.
Just for the flawless game, Mitch. He still hasn't died. A 1v2 for Boaster to keep the goose egg, 0 deaths, on the table.
Tom, Cadaver heard him drop, heard him jump, and thinks he has the spike, and that he's going the other direction. He's calming that this is probably a B hit. And that maybe he's gone up mid, but they don't know the spike still sat here. They gave up the control.
But the thing that's funny as well, that in Boaster's mind, he has to be thinking, well, they've killed a guy who had the spike.
Yeah, they're just sitting here
They
holding it.
must be here because...
30 seconds
yeah,
left.
he's got to clear everything. Like, logically, you've got to...
You have to, of course, yeah.
But and also for Boaster, it's exactly the same thing because there's no way that the opposing team wouldn't know that the spike was there. But that has both things have occurred. And now Boaster has ended up in a scenario where he can look to keep the perfect game alive. A 1 versus 2, a very obscure angle to take. So whether or not the first person checks it on the way in, he's also going to hear the door being broken as well. There's a very real chance.
Mates seem to be on their way to their first round victory. And it's Boaster, not a death on the board, who stands in their way. 2 players, Kadavra and Robbie BK, they've cleaned up so far. Diffuse has started, wild spam from Boaster, and he hasn't stopped it. Gravwell goes into play. That's bought him at least a little bit more time. It's ticking fast, and Cadaver's down. It's just one who stands in his way, and no more. Boaster unyielding in the face of Gentlemates. A Red Bull clutch at 11-0. This is decimation from FNATIC.
To the map. But that spike is still heading their way in. Zipan's had enough. He's put Kayak in the dirt, and actually the defensive side are pushing up middle. There's a chance they catch the players with the spike, but Boaster, his timing will be utterly perfect. He's been provided by the flash though, and it could be the Gentlemates are going to shut them down in the final round of the half.
Oh hell, it is a lifeline, a single lifeline if they can convert it. Already, the first man has fallen. The op of Alphayer, though, flanked out by Cadaver, leaves Boaster. He's in the spawn, and it might be his first death of the half. In fact, it looks like it will be. They have finally...
To stand in their way.
This push up, it's a bait for Mini. They were expecting it as well. Chronicle wise to those tricks, but Mini still able to double up, and a string of kills for Mates. That must be the most dominant.
Maybe expecting their opponents to steal their strat. And they are. And it is also working.
Very bold attempt from Alphayer. Yeah, look, it's not the hardest strategy to counter when you're playing around like this up against pistols. Someone jumps around the corner with a shorty. You really only die to that if you've put yourself in a position to die to that. And they were nicely...
What do you mean like Mini in the last half?
Exactly, yeah.
You've never really died to that, except last map.
Well, okay, all right. Well, when a guy comes swinging up a rope and you've been hit by a Hunter's Fury...
No, this was the kill that he got where Alpha updrafted and then flew down and shorted him in the face.
Okay, also exceptional circumstances, if we're being honest. Both of those are a little out there. But no, Mates are handling this round really well. They've got 2 pistols, so even if they lose a rifle or 2,
I'll also
they'll be able
say,
to pick them up. They're playing passive.
Welcome to the B side. For anybody who this is your first game watching.
No.
30 seconds left.
Calm down.
Come on,
Slow down. There's a rifle. Well, he's got a rifle now. potentially if he goes up to... Oh, no, wait, those are both the pistols. Never mind. The 3 rifles are still okay. It's all good, actually. I just statistically 2 out of 3 died. I assumed the guys further back would have the rifles. Luckily, that's now the case with the ones on site, having them to work with, and nothing really there for good old Boaster. A few headshots needed, none, so he can claim some space. And in fact, the space is given up, but Kayak will not have an easy run of it. Mini shredding him. Cadaver with another. That's Chronicle down in middle, making these rotations a little bit more strenuous for this squad. Alpha and Crashies have to peek it together. Boaster has to concede his space because his teammates aren't with him that quick. And with all these things going wrong, 5 players...
Kayak may just have to opt to get out of there on this one.
He's sticking around. Doesn't look to be deterred. Damage done, but no kill. Click still alive. And Mini from afar claiming that they're ready for Boaster, but he's still able to land at least the one and get out alive. That's put things back to equal footing. A late play from Zipan. It's about to be spotted. Alpha steps in. What a reaction. Wonderful shot, and the advantage now for the defenders. Robbie BK takes note of that, and they don't want to sit back anymore. It's time to get aggressive and bring the fight to their opponents, but now backing off a little bit. They didn't see the contact they wanted, and the time starting to tick. Backside control by 2. There's utility on its way. Click has to cover the cross, and he will not find anything. Big swing from Cadaver. He's good for 1, but another big play needed. He's already picked up 2, but around the back comes Chronicle. And with plenty of time left, FNATIC are now 12 and 5. 7 chances to take it across the line. Very, very likely reveal first, just to try to grab that extra information for placement. They haven't spotted anyone, and Kayak was in the smoke, waiting for Mini to take that great gate crash. A great read, indeed. 12 to 5. And FNATIC have the advantage, not just in rounds, but in players. They can wait now for the whole unit to be here. Click has managed to sneak himself up close, though. He's got support.
The Hunter's Fury sent through to disrupt, but it's Kayak again, still keeping them in that lead. And now Robbie BK, the leader, to try and hold on. Going to utilize the drone, but he is slaughtered almost immediately. It wasn't much of a comeback whatsoever. Strength shown in the past already. Alfie is looking for that early buy. I thought he was going to dissipate before getting the kill, but just about quick enough.
Well, that's another danger that's going to be in the back of your mind as the game goes on. We haven't seen the half of it yet. Chronicle's breach has been terrifying, but it's the stun on the other side that does the damage. Crashies caught in the open. Free kill for Click. The squad falls back. Both players who pushed main now on the site looking to maintain control of Heaven. There is a trap wire. Click seems to want to peek ahead of it, at least confirming that there are still players on this side of the map, and, well... that's to stop them blast packing into that position, of course. A very calculated grenade. Dodging the stun, no, is Mini. And a wonderful follow-up with 2 quick headshots. This round may just be put to bed by that.
Last player standing.
Already, Alfia now dropped and is left onto Boaster. Much quicker. And a very good buy coming up alongside it. Deep smoke being utilized. Kayak's gonna play above. And well, the quick reactions of the duelists, but there's a trade. It was a pinch on that side of the map. Kayak's now got to gamble based off teammates' information where he can retreat to. Mini, however, has doubled back around, managing to put this into a 3v3 scenario, and the space has not been garnered by FNATIC.
Yeah, this is better for them, though. They got Orban, went back, and Zipan just made steps. I thought they heard it. It looked like they did, but it certainly seems like they didn't. No idea there was a man there, and now a flash popped around the corner into his own utility. It was a nice play, but it hasn't worked out. Problem here, though, is FNATIC are split now. If Crashies runs, he might make it, but they're going to be just around the corner. They don't know he's legging it, so they don't chase. They don't catch up until it's just a little bit too late. They come swinging around the corner. Nobody's home. And it seems obvious now that it's a B hit. This is the worst part about the false information they've just gotten, having come from the A side. They're going to walk all the way up, and they're going to think, oh, they haven't planted yet. We're going to get here just in time to interrupt it.
30 seconds left.
Well, they're about to realize that they've made a little bit of an oopsie. And that might be very costly, especially with the nade still online for Kayak, especially with full utility for Crashies.
Open plant. It's just a position that they can get where they could realistically be anywhere in this post. They haven't had to play it safe. Still, though, sees a haunt and a Molotov and a smoke. There's still utility for mates as well.
And it's the drone from main. You're telegraphed that these players, at least one is inside main. Probably the Raze is going to be with you, right? Let's reveal. They could be on the site. They do check Sand, but
Last
Kayak
player
gets
standing.
one, runs down the clock. 2 shock darts for Crashies. The first already lands. It's a danger. It's a threat. Robbie's healthy enough. He's waiting for the peak. He's waiting for that extra shock dart for Crashies to go swinging, but Crashies is confident that he's taken him off the spike. Crashies playing it to perfection. Rotation away, taking the rope to his teammates. Those smokes not online just yet, though. Not up top at least. It gives Zipan an angle, but it's Robbie BK who shuts down the first leg of the push. Now they get close to the door, wanting to fight in and catch Boaster as he sprays back through the door. He's not expecting that much aggression. A 3v5 now for FNATIC, and Crashies is looking for some kills.
Alpha's managed to bring back one. 2 players isolated to the site. Chronicle gets another. No opportunity for trades. These are 1v1 fights. They're handing them to those individuals on FNATIC, and you better believe they're going to win them.
Find you.
From a huge advantage down to a 2 versus 2. They know where Alpha Year is, but Chronicle manages to sneak his way forward into a close corner, an off angle, but it's expected. Even still, Alpha's landed. Another shot again.
Forward side crunch, 5 players coming into position. Chronicle, well, he stands alone. His team has left. They've taken the rope to the other side of the map, and they might even make it to the A site before Mates get back there. But Mates, happy enough with that. Man advantage. They did use the orbital strike for limited gain. Other than that, clean start.
It's a spot, though, that they haven't been able to hold on to much. Like, this dish retake definitely makes things more difficult from FNATIC. They'd have to plan for where they're going to play that post spawn. In fact, even trying to get a bit more aggressive in towards the spawn. That hasn't worked out for them. I don't think Boaster's long for this world in any stance, and well, it now comes down to Kayak and Crashies, but even getting the plant in without having any control, it's just not possible.
Door opens as well. Still know they're towards main, and now boxed in with Mini, locking in the south side rotation. There's nowhere to take this for free. A battle up against at least 2 players wherever they take it. 30 seconds on the
30
clock.
seconds
Kayak
left.
wants to go to spawn. Crashy's going the other way. Kayak needs to win these duels. That's the spike. That would be the round. 20 seconds now as they thin out the herd a bit, but Crashy's, he's left out in no man's land. If he finds value, this could turn the tide of the round. But if he goes down, it's done. A showstopper and a Hunter's Fury. Plenty to help them out in the late round. Only 1 player spotted by that ult. Now alarm bells are ringing. Where's that second player? They're looking for him. Will they check the right angle, though? The nade puts pressure on, brings Kata to the open. They've heard the shot. The showstopper, it lands. Zipan's down. And damage is being done to Mini. This round should have been impossible. There was no question of which way it would go, but somehow we're here with Kayak. 4 kills on the board, and Mates, they're not even gonna go for it. Yeah. The investment and the return upon it, mind-boggling. And there it is. Boaster's on the board.
Back
He's got his first kill in the spawn. What a shot. Now they move to the site slightly stacked up, though. Some utility waiting. Mini's in a bit of trouble. They know he's here. They're right up on him. Crashies, Alpha showing up, leaving Kadabra to grasp it. Straws! That's 2! And almost a third. That was very close indeed, but not close enough. Because despite that big performance, that's the only performance that Mates have had in this round. Other than that, the show is canceled. We move on to tomorrow night, 5-2, looking likely. It's Robbie BK to try to put a wrench in FNATIC's plans.
I'll find you.
Can he put one back on the board? I think they need it for the morale at this point. Already trying to force out, but with both of these ultimates online, it's never going to be easy. They might not even need them. The dart revealing the Molotov onto the spike. This is the post plant of FNATIC. It's never going to be easy from this stage. There's a reason that these players are so good at surviving, so good in the late round. Best team in EMEA, and Heretics, and while Boaster, he's now under serious pressure. Again, we've talked about this aggression. This is what had the success for the defense, and Kadabra is going to give them that advantage. Chronicle even swinging back in, and it looked like a chance, but they have been slaughtered. Mention a 1v5. Thankfully, it is going to be denied side, and already Click is going to go down. This leaves Mini in a very awkward position, and in fact, they've had to fall back at least a little bit. Maybe not enough, as Kayak is cleaning up.
Yeah, those smokes as well. That's where they had to fall back into, so it leaves one guy out in the open. Easy punish for FNATIC. Orbital strike used. It's not going to be on point. Kadabra is still ready to take that ground and hold it with both hands. It's Boaster alone against two. Spike down on the site, 50 seconds. He's got the time. And Robbie BK's peeking. He's given the chance away. On the mini-map, it might have looked like an easy trade, but Cadaver was down below. And Boaster, well, he has no idea. Last spotted on the opposite side. Kada, where's he going? Is he expecting the A rotation? I think it's the right call. And it is.
Look at
seconds left.
perfect tandem. Literally almost aligned on the map.
It's perfect. That's a straight line.
It's whether or not
He's going to be here.
both players start to second guess. That's the real question. And the cross for Boaster's going to be tough. He's going to walk straight into his opponent. Cadavro with the perfect read. Mates is these aggressive takes. The only problem is not having that ability to escape. They don't want to at this point. The stun from Zipan. We mentioned that role swap. He has been doing work, putting that utility into play. With a Rolling Thunder now available, him staying alive is important. He's got to be careful that he doesn't miss the timing. They are looking to swing in behind him. It's actually his teammate that loses his life.
Kayak's gotten himself a double. This is FNATIC in the lead now. Just 5 health on Kayak with the...
He got naded out.
Robbie's down below with nowhere to go. Showstopper was even fired in for security. Not quite needed. Mini's the last one alive as well, waiting to pop that stun. They suspect that players could be close to the door. The stun goes through. The flash is perfect. And Click. No, it's actually the stun now, but it doesn't matter. Click's not using any of that utility. He's just firing on all cylinders. That's a quick double before he gets taken out. Out the air, revealed, forced back, flashed. Everything's coming his way. A Prowler on him, and it's caught him too. Can't see a damn thing, and he'll eventually be put to bed. A bombardment of utility comes out of Gentlemates. And that gets them north side control. With main having been stalled out, it's not really anywhere from FNATIC's perspective to go with this. It's a 2v4, Tom. Mates shouldn't lose this.
No, we've seen that already.
Left.
They'll have an early warning system of that Cypher utility. I think Chronicle just moments ago faked out the sound on the door to try and bait players into believing that they were still around this area. That's all that they needed, though. A player walking in, the camera's still there for Mini, so they have pretty much everything they need other than the advanced position of Boaster, but that's going to be caught as well. Chronicle now in a 1v4. We've already seen a multitude of clutches going in FNATIC's direction, but this would have to be the best of them, and not really a lot of space for him to deal anything. Even with an aftershock in hand, he can't get back past that trip and just has to give up the round. It will be another full rotation just yet. The defense have a lot in terms of their ultimates, though. Both committed, but it doesn't matter. Althea is quicker on the trigger. The only problem now is that timer. 25 seconds to make their way onto the site. The defense is fully rotated in, but the nade should deny any potential for aggression. That post plant will be had, and as said, that's always where FNATIC are the most fierce.
That it is. Kayak's up close this time, though. Well, never mind. That's not a problem at all. In fact, it's a problem for Gentlemates. Molly forces them forward into Boaster. On FNATIC, maybe the defense, but a bit of attack never hurt anybody. Oh, my word! Alpha, yeah! My eyes are glued to the map, seeing Kayak flank with 2 players, thinking that's going to change the round, but Jesus. Relax, man. Well, there's the flank. Yeah, nice shots. Let's see what else Alpha's got in the chamber.
I believe he might be the only man we need to watch at this stage. Nonetheless, some aggression.
There he goes.
It's another one for Alpha. Well, Kayak's going to put it to bed. I'll be honest, there's times where I like to be critical. This is not one of them. There is absolutely nothing you can do about that.
What a round for it to happen in as well, when you've lost your map pick, when you're 7-5 down at the half, when FNATIC already have
a judge in Kayak. He's looking to brawl.
That he is. He's lost his head for his trouble, though. Now mates come in, overwhelm the site, and Chronicle is out relatively scot-free. That's not an ideal place to go for the reload. Boaster's got Heaven control. Molly to stop them re-aggressing and buy some time so he can stay in Heaven while his teammates get ready for this retake. Stun, probably what they're waiting for here on Chronicle. In fact, he's just going out. Chronicle's looking for a fight. Yeah, so Chronicle breach entry is what they were waiting for. He's fired the gun and the race is on, and it's over. Just like that, finish line looking real
close rounds early, in control in map 2 as well. There needs to be a gear shift.
Well, the winner of this is going to fit.
Yeah, there's an aftershock there.
But yeah. You guys at home, you don't survive if you're inside the aftershock. So just
I want to see his
take note
impression of that round.
that. Yeah, I don't think we'll get it with quite the same gusto.
And still, Kayak has a showstopper, and that, in essence, can be enough. There's one with a nade.
What?
I've seen this one before.
Yeah, and he had a lot less health.
Ooh, he was expected, but it doesn't matter. Still going to be able to find the kill. Trade back, showstopper has been used, and there's another one. It is falling apart once again. Mini now left to try and clutch this one out, but they know where he is. Already utility being sent through, but the defuse has been stopped. Unable to hold on to it, at least for now, continuing to just try and spam on, but already Tahabi needs some kills, and Kayak, who guessed it? He'll be the savior of the day again.
Well, even then, you know, they took down Apex. I think Apex still has one of the highest performing players here in Kickoff. Fluorescent was looking fantastic. It's a team that's certainly not pulled any punches, but when it matters, it seems that the shots land on their chin. FNATIC not looking to be eliminated, not looking to give Mates the start of their own legacy. Rolling Thunder put through. It's desperation for Mates. They used it for Sand, but FNATIC were far back, waiting for this play to come in, whether it was the ult or some util. They stayed out of danger. Now the question is, can Mates capitalize on the little space that they got for a big ultimate, for the only ultimate that they've got to work with?
Now Robbie BK is one away. A plant would do. Or a kill would be nice. Chronicle's still within the sight. There's plenty of FNATIC players here, but he is stuck in the mud. You'd think he'd be dead by now, and finally Zipan's managed to put him in his grave. And while everything seems to be going the way of that attack side, Althea was left as a lone defender on the other side of the map. Now, he is one off a tour de force. So in reality, he'll have an op next round no matter what. So he could give it a go.
He could. The risk of giving them the op, but swap over to the rifle. Reload as well. They certainly know where he is. The cam confirms it, and Kadavra puts the bullet.
From a worse scenario than this is so aggressive, though. So aggressive round the edge of the cage, and maybe the round is right now. The third kill, well, was yoinked by the IGL. That's the IGL tax. But how do you find a way back into this one? I'm looking at Kadavra. He needs another one.
What a round to do it in too, man. For Mates, that smoke is not making things easy. Peeking in, you can see nothing. They've got all the info, and, well, he did hit him. That's not a missed shot. That
move very swiftly on. as swiftly on as I can. Here we go, Kayak. He is stealing the show! We said, does he have a round left in him? It turns out this is his game, his stage, and well, maybe even a little bit more. He's looking to send Gentlemates packing. It's over. It's done. FNATIC with an in-zone flawless. You never would have guessed it. A dominant performance from